those. Right, I hope you can hear me loud and clear because PRAW's mic'd up today. Right, let's get into this. About a week ago, well, a week ago tomorrow, it was when I fell off my bike. Now, me and Pip were out for a loop. Enjoyable loop, like any other ride. As you can see, it was pretty dirty on the roads and in the lanes. We were taking it easy, just out enjoying ourselves in a British winter, like a lot of you people are out there, alright? Now, it was kind of getting dark. We were going down some lanes. This is basically how it is, right? Pip was following me, and we were taking it easy. We weren't going stupid. I will admit, I am one for opening up the throttle going down hills. Well, not all the time. I'm pretty sensible, alright? I'm a pretty good descender. Not so much a good ascender, but we're working on that. Anyway, what happened, I was going around a corner, not exactly a hairpin, not exactly a tight corner, and there was a damp part on that bend. It was I just started to drift. I just basically drifted and hit all the shit and crud and shiz in the side of the road. That's when the front wheel kind of went around like that. I think it went that way anyway. Went that way. And the bike basically like tumbled, like cartwheeled if you will. I just basically did like a somersault. And then ended up on my side. Didn't know really like what I'd hit or what had hit me. Pip came to a stop. Only just. I'm wondering really if it was the combination of caliper brakes on carbon rims, because it's not a great stopping experience in the wet. I mean, I say I've never had real issues, but you've got to get some heat in like the pad and the rim contact before they really start to work. So maybe if I'd had this, could I have scrubbed off and speed a bit quicker? I'm gonna say no, because at the end of the day, my front wheel slid out. I went in all that shit. I ain't gonna make up excuses or say it could have been saved. I just didn't want to like try and from pinning it, if you would call it that. It wasn't, no, not really. I wasn't herring down there, not by a long shot. Even the pros crash, don't they? It wasn't nice anyway, because like once I got up, I might stick some B-roll over this as well as I'm yapping, alright, something else. But once I got up, I realised my nice new DHB thermal longs on my knee, like there was a big lump gone from it. And also what appeared to be a tiny bit of grit in my, like just below my knee. Like luckily it wasn't like right on the end of my knee, it was below the knee. Both of us right on further inspection realised it was a lot more than that. And I'll tell you what, going on, what should we go on the size of things on this bicycle, right, which I can show you. Actually, right, do you see that flared bolt on there, this one here? It was actually a little bit bigger than that. We managed to squeeze it out and then just picked it out. It was huge. There was a crater in my just below my knee. Obviously the adrenaline was firing. I felt alright ish. And then we managed to like cycle home. I did go to A&E just to have it checked over. They just basically put like a sterile, like a strip on it. 2 days later I was feeling a lot better. The first night was horrendous, it was really uncomfortable. Next morning wasn't too bad, and as the days knocked on, like till now, almost a week later, everything's drying up and healing up fine really. I just want to get back out on my bike now. As far as the bike damage goes, I'll go over a few things with you. Bought this TC I was going to get anyway, it is due a complete strip down. I might just flash over the matte black again and rebuild it again. If anyone would actually like to see me do that, right, stripping this whole bike down, literally everything, to whipping out the bottom bracket, you know, the headset, everything, to rebuilding it, comment down below and give this video a thumbs up, because I can show you how to do that. We can make a pretty informative video, or videos maybe, in a few parts. It is quite easy, well for me anyway, but yeah, if you'd like to see that, let me know. So mainly this side of the bike didn't take any abuse, it was the other side. I'll just flip it around a minute. What happened to those? Right, points of impact. Obviously that. Obviously this by far wasn't like a huge crash, alright, but I've still done quite a few £100 worth of damage to my bike, alright. The mech, I mean, again, that can be sanded off and polished out. The mech is bent, I think. I don't think it's a derailleur hanger on a close look, but I can bend that back out. We'll see how we get on with that. I do have like a replacement I can use, but that can be bent out. Again, if it's a derailleur hanger, I can replace that. Have a spare one of those as well. Let me see other points of impact. Just on the pedal there. And again, I'm going to check everything over. The chain does overthrow on the 42 on the back, so obviously something's wrong with that there. You can see where that took some impact. Possibly saved the fork a little bit, maybe, who knows. Handlebars took a wallop. Carbon bars on here, nothing wrong with that, but that's what happened to those. As you can see, again, not a problem, I can replace those. So other than that, I can't really see anything else that has been damaged, although we are just going to like strip everything down. Thoroughly going to go over these forks everywhere just to make sure there's no cracks or something going on with that. You don't know, you just don't. And then just check over the frame. Nothing really to add on this, apart from, at the end of the day, doesn't matter whether the bike's worth a few £1,000 or whatever, does it? Although it's, you know, it is a dent. It's how you end up, isn't it? I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I could have broken something or whatever. As far as the helmet cracks goes, then I don't know what hit my helmet. It possibly could have been the handlebars. I'm not sure. But then there's dirt on them, so obviously they'd impacted the road somehow or another. It could have been any part of this bike, really. It hit my helmet. I don't think I hit the head on the floor. But the thought is that if I hadn't had that helmet on, you've seen how it was cracked. It's obviously made to absorb impact. But better off on the helmet than a head, isn't it? There's no argument with that. I like wearing my helmet anyway.
I love my helmet.
Stick lights on it for starters. They have many uses. So that argument is basically null and void, isn't it? Used to not wear a helmet when I rode my mountain bike years ago, like back in the 90s, but more for me, hey? So all I want to say with this video is just ride as safe as you can be. Shit happens. My last big crash on a bicycle actually was on my downhill bike in France. I knocked myself out. Didn't remember that one. Didn't remember it, but I was lucky to get up and walk away and sort myself out within a few days. Again, I might stick some B-roll in amongst this just to keep it less boring. It is what it is. Kask Mojito helmet kind of saved my life, I think, there. Don't you think? Well recommended helmets as well. I've got 3 of them, or 2 now, because I'm not going to wear that one again. So next few videos we shall see. I'll start stripping this TCR down. I think my saddle kind of got away without any impact. And we'll see what we got to deal with. I can give everything a good clean up anyway. Good grease up. Probably save the cables again. We'll just stick some grease on in the inners and stuff and get away with that maybe. I think the cables are fine. Plenty of length. There's plenty of length on the cables. We can use those again. The only pain in the ass with this is they're integrated in the handlebar, so they're a little bit of a pain to do. Although I have got flexible, like, well, as in, let me show you one. Where's it to? I've got no-con ends. Actually, not even those ones. The other, it's difficult to explain. I'll show you when they come out. That go in on the handlebars, so they're not too far. They're not too hard to actually thread in there. Right, this is a long video from what it perhaps need to be. Just want to check in and say that. PRAW over and out. See you later, people.
See what I'm doing.
Her gloves smell cheesy.